Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shaw Craft One and my old barn door, and I just came to do a quick journal flip through. This is the springy shabby type journal that I showed you in my last video in my Etsy restock, so I thought I would do the flip through in this video, and I'll try to go as quickly as I can. And then in the next video I'll do the farm style journals. So we're just going to get started. So on this journal I just have a chenille strip tied around as your closure, and then the cover is kind of collaged, and then it has a vintage quilt piece, and I sewed some chenille. Let me go ahead and untie it so you can see a little better. That chenille gets everywhere. I sewed a little piece of the chenille onto the edge of the vintage quilt piece. So let me see. I don't have measurements on these. So the spine is approximately, I'd say 1.5, 1 3/4. So I don't know how many pages or anything, but I'll have all of that in the Etsy listing. So I just did collaging on the cover, and just kind of went with a shabby springy type feel. So we'll just go on in and do a quick flip through. So in the front here, I have a little pocket. It's actually an envelope that I made a pocket out of. So you have a little a catalog card. I put lots of vintage items in these journals, and this is a little it's a vintage postcard, if I can think today. And then this one as well, super pretty vintage little postcard or card type thing. So those are just tucked in the pocket there. And then inside the pocket, I just tucked you some vintage little phone book pages, because I love using those in pockets and in my journals. So got you a couple of those tucked in there. Alright, and then we'll just do a quick flip through. Lots of fold out pages. You're going to see lots of sewing on the edges of pages, and then some of these really pretty stickers. I tried to put lots of birds and butterflies and springy type things into this journal. This is one of my collage strips that I made a pocket out of, and so I just tucked, this is super cute. It was a little sonnet book, a little teeny tiny book of sonnets. So I put a couple of pages of that in there. This is just like a little floral envelope, like it's not a coin envelope, it's a little thinner than a coin envelope. And then a pretty little tag, and it's just got paper on the back. So it's super cute little pocket with some goodies tucked in. And then this is actually the back of this little pocket that I got in a vintage recipe book, and inside the pocket I just stuffed quite a few little pieces of extra things that you can, with florals, that you can make tags and things like that out of. There's lots of stuff down in there. I'm not going to pull everything out. And then this pretty little card that you can decorate and embellish and make it your own, and you can actually put it, you know, in the rings. This is a 3-ring binder, so you can put it in the rings. This is one of my Helen Steiner Rice pages, and I have some of that really pretty vintage trim that my friend Eve from Switzerland sent me, so thank you, Eve. And then this one I just sewed on a little journal card to this one, and then just used it as a tuck and tucked another little journal card in there. Of course, you have some vintage children's excuse me, dictionary pages, and I tried to pick ones that have birds or butterflies or something. So if that one flips out, you can take this out and cut up the words or the definitions, or use it as it is. This is a little flip out, and you have a little sticker here with florals, and then just have a few little pieces here that you can journal on, and it's attached with this sweet little altered paper clip that my friend Leslie sent me. Thank you, Leslie. And then here you have a scripture. This is one of those really cool, it's almost like pattern paper, but this came in one of those math book, like chemistry books that I that I found. They're really, really vintage. They're from like early 1900s. And then you have this page here. It flips open and there's a little tuck at the top with the chenille. And then this is a pocket that I made from a vintage book page, and I decoupaged a napkin on, sewed it around. So you have a pocket in the front that I just put you a little booklet with some pages you can journal on. There's a journal card, the scripture, and then in the back pocket you have another little sheet that you can journal on. Super pretty. It's just plain on the back. So that goes in that pocket. And then these go in the front pocket. So you have that flip out. Use some of my floral book pages that I absolutely love. You have a sticker here, and then I put some of the chenille edging strips on some of the pages. Another scripture. This is some beautiful, beautiful floral paper. And then inside, we have another altered paper clip with some of the soft pink eyelash trim and a little journal piece here. This is from a vintage book on butterflies and bees and florals. And then I put you a fabric tip-in with some lace at the top. So you just tip that up and you can journal behind there. This is one of the fold-out pages from one of the floral gardening books. And then you have a fabric tab here at the top. Love this paper. And so I sewed some extra chenille pieces just in a strip. I kind of ruffled it down the edge there. This one folds open, and then you have a chenille pocket. And then inside this one I just put lots of little goodies. You have a scripture, some little journaling cards, and then some extra pieces of the papers that I used inside the book to decorate with. And then this is some vintage wrapping paper that I got from Kristen over at Rock Paper Treasures, so I thought I would add a piece of that into the journal as well. So super cute little things to play with inside this beautiful chenille pocket. This is just a piece that I had left over, but I thought you could cut this out and make a tag out of it if you wanted to, or it is coffee dyed. You can leave it the way it is. Some Anna Griffin paper. And this one flips open, has some vintage fabric pockets sewn in. And then you have a scripture, a little extra little piece of journaling card there, and then a big journaling card here. You can either cut this up and use it as photo mats. You can use it to journal on. The possibilities are endless. So you can do whatever you want to with that. This is a little pocket that I made from... it was like a Dick and Jane book, but these were like it was a school reader is what it was. And these were just the plain pages. So I just made some pockets. And I tucked you a few things in the little pocket to play with in your journal. This, I did a lace tip-in at the top of this page. And this is just one of my little floral pages. I sewed one of the fairy cards on it because fairies remind me of spring. And I had some stuff left over, so I went ahead and added some of those in here. You have another piece of chenille ruffled down the edge of this one. This is just, I love, love, love these planting pages that has like the schematics for how to plant a garden. So you have a page of that. Just got a little fabric ruffled at the top here. This was I think this was a Helen Steiner Rice book. Some of my floral pages, some more of that really pretty chenille. The chenille edging. Love, love, love this paper. Hopefully you can see it okay. I hope the lighting's okay. And then you have the pink, the really pretty pink lace sewn on the edge of that one. And I love the bee side of this paper too. It's super pretty. On this side, you have a fabric tip-in. This is really, really pretty vintage fabric, and it has a lace topper at the top. It folds out, and you have a chenille pocket. And this pocket is stuffed with some really cute goodies. You have a scripture, or I think that's a quote, and then a pretty little tag that I put. I topped it with the chenille, and then I had these vintage buttons on a bullpen. So you have that tag, and then you have this little envelope and card that I thought went really pretty with the pink chenille. So I tucked both of those in there for you. that just folds back over. I love, love, love this fabric. I wish I had yards and yards of this fabric. Pretty little designer paper. And then this is a fabric pocket. This is a vintage sheet, and I just made a pocket out of it. Put a little, this is actually a little pocket in itself, and I didn't put anything in it because I thought I would let you put it where you want it in the book, and then add to it what you want to add to it. So just a couple of things in that pocket there. Sewed a vintage flinch card onto the edge of this one. This one was just like a little, like a workbook page. So I made you a little fabric pocket here, stuffed you some of my cool little tickets in it, and then you have the pretty little butterfly sticker here. I am moving everything around. Sorry, guys. Get a scripture there on some really pretty paper with an altar paper clip. And then on this side, I put you a memo sheet. Have some vellum, really, really pretty vellum. Vintage music, music page from a children's book. This is very fragile, so if you get this journal, just be careful with your edge because it is pretty fragile. And I just sewed some fabric to the edge there for added decoration. You have a recipe page. And of course, you guys know I cannot leave out my workbook pages because I love those. This is one of those fairy pages from that Fairy Flowers of Spring book that I got. And I just sewed on. This is from Eve in Switzerland. Thank you again, Eve. I love, love, love the way these colors go with the fairy. I just added a journaling card to the edge of this one, and it folds out. And you have a belly band made with the chenille strip. And then inside, because the chenille strip is not real thick, it doesn't hold it real good, so I just put a little paper clip on it. But this is one of those little booklets that I made, so it's just, you know, extra room for journaling that I made with all different kinds of papers that I stenciled on and sprayed with alcohol inks and things like that. So put that back in there, and then you have another little flip out page, and this was actually some material that, you know, goes around like the top of a baby blanket. So I made a little pocket with it, put a little scripture in there, it flips out. You have another little scripture card here, and then this beautiful, beautiful pocket. I love, love, love this fabric. This was actually a tablecloth, and it doesn't rip well, so I do have to cut it, but it frays pretty well after you rip it. But it just doesn't rip really good. It's a different kind of, it's not a cotton, it's a different kind of fabric. I don't know what it is, y'all. I don't know my fabrics. So this is just a little extra little flip out for journaling space. And then another little piece for extra journaling. You can use it throughout the journal, wherever you want to. Sweet little journaling card I thought was really, really springy. And then you have a coffee dyed time card in that pocket. If I can get these back in here, we'll be doing good. There we go. So that just folds back in. This is a little pocket I made out of an extra little chenille piece. So I used the little clothespin again to hold the goodies in. This is a wonderful, wonderful pocket that one of my friends made and sent to me. And I love, 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 love the scripture. I love the bird on it with the strawberries. It's just perfect. And so in the back, it has a little pocket. So you have a pretty little, I don't know if you can see the sparkle on the little white tag. And then just another little card that I've made a long time ago. And just have some embossing on the front. And it's blank on the inside. Love, love, love that little pocket. And these little clips you have to be careful with because they'll twist on you and break. Throughout the book, I haven't even shown you, but you do have some fabric tabs sewn onto some of the pages. Here's another one of those flip out pages from one of the gardening books that I have. So it'll flip on out. You can journal inside. And then I have a chenille pocket here. And I have this pretty, pretty little collage tag that I did. I think I actually did this one on video with you guys. So you have that tag. It's just collaged on the back so you can journal all over it. A pretty little scripture, and then another sweet tiny little tag with the bird, the little bird cage and the bird on it. Love that. Thought it was super springy. And then you flip this one open and you have one of these pretty little stickers and a little piece to journal on there. Here's another one of those pockets made out of that Dick and Jane book, and I have you a really cool, super cute little one of those really thick bingo cards that's on the cardboard. So I tucked you one of those in there. Y'all, I'm trying to quit hoarding stuff, so I'm adding lots and lots of vintage stuff to these journals that I've done. On this one, I just sewed an extra little journaling card to the edge, but I had to fold it over because it was too wide. So then you fold it over and you have another chenille pocket, and you have just an extra little journaling tag there. Super cute little vintage playing card, children's old maid playing card, but I thought it was cute to go with the spring theme since it has the bunny on it, and then a pretty little scripture. Let's see if I can get these back down in here. Okay. This is one of my floral pages. I love, love, love the herbs and things on this page. Just reminds me of spring because, you know, I always get ready to do my planting in the spring. And then you have some bird pages. You have another chenille pocket here. And in this pocket, I put you a scripture and then just some little snippets of the papers and some of the scraps that I have. So I thought I would share those with you, and you can decorate in your journal however you'd like to. And then on this one, I did a fabric tip-in of that really pretty florally fabric with a crocheted lace at the top. So it just flips up and you can journal underneath or put a picture. Another one of those vintage children's dictionary pages with some succulents and then some planting. I think that's actually an olive. And then here you have the pretty lace on the edge with a scripture on an altered paper clip. And then on the other side I put just some really cute vintage little notebook pages. Sewed a cute little vintage playing card onto the edge of this one. You have a little journaling space there. This is one of those really cool, really large print recipes that my friend Sandra sent me. Hey Sandra, thank you. This is one of those pages from the Wildflowers of America book that I absolutely love. And then you have a chenille pocket here, and I sewed a pretty piece of vintage ribbon at the top just for added decoration. And then I stuffed it. You have some pretty floral vellum in the top, and then you have one of these really cool vintage postcards. Have a flashcard, one of my Bible challenge cards, like a trivia card, and then a scripture to go in that pocket as well. Almost finished, guys. Sewed a vintage playing card to the edge of this one that flips open. And this one flips open. You have lots and lots of flip opens in this journal. And then this is just a little journal card that I sewed in and made a tuck. This is a index card that I just sewed some really pretty lace at the top. There was scripture, a vintage playing card, and then one of those vintage oh, I forget the name of these. Y'all know what they're called. I know what they're called too, but I can't think of it because I'm on video, of course. This is really cool. It's one of the long recipes that I got from one of my friends. Can't remember which friend sent this to me, but I didn't want to cut it, so I just folded it up. You can either make a pocket out of it, or you can take it out of the ring and flip it down so you can actually make the green goddess dressing. Some ledger paper with just a little strip sewn to the edge for added decoration there. Vintage children's, this is a different children's encyclopedia type dictionary book with some of that really, really pretty trim that you've sent me. I love using these. I love how yellowed the pages are. And then this is the last page, and I just flipped it up and made a pocket out of it. And I put some goodies in here for you. I put you some extra of those stickers that I didn't use, scripture, These are really, really pretty. These were pages that I wanted to put in the journal, and I just kind of ran out of space. These are absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous book pages that you can cut up or use in another journal or add to this journal or however you want to do it. So I just added them on in here. This is from a field guide, so that you can play with them and put them in your journal wherever you want to put them. This I left because it protects the journal. And so I'll put you a little butterfly sticker on that. And then, of course, in the very back, you have my tag with a vintage playing card that I kind of altered with a napkin and a quote. So that is this is the back. Super pretty little lady that I collaged onto the back of the journal as well. Love, love, love the way the quilt feels. And if you look at the edge of the journal, is super pretty with all the trims and laces and fabrics, and then at the top you have all the altered paper clips. So I don't know, I just wanted this to feel very textury. So that is the spring journal, ring binder journal. It will be available in my Etsy shop. When you see this video, just go over and check it out. I will leave a link below. Leave any questions or comments that you have in the comment box below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video with the farm style ring binder journals. Thanks for watching. Big hugs, guys.